Japani, Japanese learning made easy. Konnichiwa minasan. Hey friends, how are you? Welcome to Saral Japani YouTube channel. And this is the series called Elementary Japanese, a crash course for JLPT N5 and N4. The book we are referencing here is Yoko Hasegawa's Elementary Japanese Volume 1, and we are at Lesson 2, Self-Introduction. Today is the eighth video of this series, that is the eighth lecture of this series, in which we do the fourth part of lesson 2, self-introduction. And this is the concluding part of lesson 2, in which we shall be going through the practice exercises, reading practice, and vocabulary recap. This is the front page of Professor Yoko Hasegawa's book. And this is the content of lesson 2, which we have been discussing over the last three lectures. So we are done with all of these that you are seeing inside the green box. We did the conversation, my major is economics, the dialogue usage, and the grammar involved in that conversation were first discussed, in which we had all these from 2A through 2H. Wa, use of wa and des, use of arimasen, then how to ask questions, personal pronouns, the no particle, then the demonstrative ko, so, and a, the do interrogatives, the particle mo, and then all the details about katakana and how to convert foreign words into Japanese using the katakana script. So there are several rules and we discussed all of these. In this lecture or in this video, we will go through the exercises and the vocabulary to conclude this lesson 2. Here comes the exercises. So the question is, practice conversations with your partner using kore, sore, are, and dore. So if you remember what are all these, then it's well and good. If not, then I would recommend you to go back to the previous videos of this series so that you are well prepared before you attempt these exercises. So the first example they have given. So in each of these questions, there are two persons talking and you have to answer using one of these. So the first they have given an example. So A and B, that means the person A will be asking first. So A is それは何ですか? それは何ですか? So she is asking to this person, それは何ですか? And he is saying, これは本です. So this is a book. So これは本です. As you can see, it is wrapped in a gift pack. And so probably he has brought this gift for her. And that's why she is first asking, それは何ですか? Why she is saying それ? Why she is using それ and he is using これ? Because this thing, this object about which she is talking about, it's not near to him, but near to the responder. So she is the speaker, he is the responder. So since the object is with the responder, so it will be sore for her and it will be kore for her. That means Soreva nandeska means what is that? What is that thing? And Koreva hondes means this is a book. So that and this. So now let's try the rest of the questions. So the second one. So again, this is person A who is asking something and this is B who has to answer. So as you can see, a box is placed here and she is asking what this box is. And from this picture you can make out that it's a computer. So he has to reply that it's a computer. So now you have to use one of these and frame a question and an answer like this. So just think what it could be, what she will ask, and depending on the position of this object from both of them, you have to use one of these words. So what it will be? It will be areva nan desu ka? Are, because it is away from both the speaker and the responder. That's why it is are. That is, it is at a distance over there. Areva nan desu ka? That means that one over there is what? So what is that thing over there? And the answer is Areva computa des. The answer will also be in are because it is far away from the responder as well. Areva nan desu ka? Areva computa des. Now, next is this one. What is this? So person A is pointing to this, person B is also pointing to this. So what is this? So you can see some Japanese characters written here. If you can remember, so this is the katakana A character in katakana. So the question will be kore wa nan desu ka? Kore wa nan desu ka? And the answer will be kore wa e desu. So why kore? Now both A and B are very close to the object. So it will be kore. That means this. So what is this? This is A. This is what this question and this answer mean. Next one is we can see here person A is this. She is asking something and he is telling that dictionary. So now how to frame this sentence? So again, koreva nan desu ka? Because the object she is holding in her hand, so it is very close to her. So it will be koreva nan desu ka? And the answer will be soreva jisho desu. Dictionary is called jisho in Japanese. So soreva because it's little away from him because the girl is holding that. So soreva jisho desu. So that is a dictionary. What is this? The question is what is this? And the answer is that is a dictionary. Example 2. So this is another set of questions. So as you can see in this, person A, person B. So she is reading something and what he is asking, kore wa teksuto desu ka? Tekusuto, that means text, textbook. Teksuto means textbook. So kore wa text desu ka? Kore wa text desu ka? And the girl says, Ie, kore wa text ja arimasen. Zashi desu. So what does that mean? That means no, this is not a textbook. It's a magazine. Zashi means magazine. So kore wa texto desu ka? Is this a textbook? Girl says, Ie, kore wa text ja arimasen. Zashi desu. So no, it's not a textbook, it's a magazine. So in this way, you have to try the rest of the question. So number 4 here. So she, the person A is asking if it is a book, then she is saying dictionary. So now the thing is, dictionary is also a book, right? So it's a book, no doubt, but it's a dictionary. So the question has to be asked in a little different way. How? Areva dorehon desu ka? That means that one is which book? Dore means which. Dore is the interrogation for kore sore are. So the if kore is this, that, and that over there, then the question will be in which format. So dore means which. So areva dorehon desu ka? That means which book is that? Which book is that? And the answer will be areva jisho desu. That is a that over there is a dictionary. So is it clear? So why we used areva dore hon desu ka? Because this thing is a book only. It's both a book, but more specifically it's a dictionary. So there is no contradiction in that. It's not something else. If he would have asked that whether it's a like a box or something which is not a book, then the answer would have been like this: ie box ja arimasen and jisho desu. But here, since it's the same thing, the broader category is the same because dictionary is also a book. So the question will be areva dorehon desu ka? And the answer will be areva jisho desu. The next one, New York Times. So the person A is asking if it is New York Times, but actually she is reading San Francisco Examiner. So this is also a newspaper, SF Examiner or San Francisco Examiner. So how to frame this question? How A will ask this? So A asks, Soreva. So because he is at a little distance from this girl, so Soreva New York Times desu ka? You can see here New York Times. Taimusu. So it will be Times. New York Times. Soreva New York Times desu ka? The answer will be Ie. Koreva. Koreva San Francisco Eguzamina des. That means if you want to say it like completely, then you can say Ie koreva New York Times ja arimasen or koreva New York Times deva arimasen. Koreva San Francisco Examina des. So all katakanas. So in this way you can answer it. The next one. She is asking, person A is asking, is that a dormitory? The other person is saying it's an apartment. So Areva. Now that object is away from both of them. So it will be Areva. Areva reo desu ka? Reo means dormitory in Japanese. Areva reo desu ka? Ie areva apato desu. Or Ie areva ryo deva arimasen or ryo ja arimasen. Areva apato desu or just apato desu. Example 3. Now this is another kind of conversation. So as you can see in the example, person A is asking, Keizai gaku no texto wa dore desu ka? That means, which one is the economics book? Keizai gaku. Keizai gaku means economics. Keizai gaku no texto. That means textbook of economics. Wa dore desu ka? Which one? Dore again, which one? So which is the economics textbook? So out of these three books, which one is the economics textbook? Keizai gaku no texto wa dore desu ka? And he says, Keizai gaku no texto wa are desu. So he is pointing to a particular book and saying that that over there is the economics textbook. So following the same rule, you have to answer these three questions, 7, 8, and 9. 7 1, you can see in the blackboard there are few characters written. One is kanji, one is katakana, one is hiragana. All the three are different. So A is asking katakana, which among these is katakana? And the person is saying that this one is katakana. So how to say that? So katakana wa dore desu ka? Which is the katakana? Which one is the katakana? Katakana wa dore desu ka? Katakana wa sore desu. So we can say katakana wa sore desu. Or kore desu is also fine. Katakana wa kore desu because it's very near to them. So that's fine. It's actually depends on the actual situation, how near or how far you are from the object, and you can select the appropriate kore, sore or are. The next one is a photograph of Japan. So that means if you use dore, then that means you want to ask which is the photograph of Japan among all of these. So this person, this lady is asking a photograph of Japan, and the photographer is pointing to one of those photographs. So how do we say that? So the question will be formed as Nihon no shashin. Shashin means photo, Nihon is Japan. So Nihon no shashin means photo of Japan. Nihon no shashin wa dore desu ka? That means which is the picture of Japan. Nihon no shashin wa sore desu. So as he is pointing to a little bit far away picture, so it will be sore. That's the picture of Japan. Nihon no shashin wa sore desu. Okay. So can you try the number ninth one? Your book. So he is asking your book. That means which one is her book. So there are three books here, one book here. So he is asking which book belongs to her. So how he will ask and how she will answer. He will ask, Anata no hon wa dore desu ka? Which is your book or which book is yours? It's the same thing. Anata no hon. So now we know that we do not use anata, which because it is considered to be rude or impolite, and this has very like significance in the Japanese culture. So since we do not know the name of this girl, so we have used anata here. Otherwise, this person will use her name, maybe Tanaka-san or Suzuki-san. So he will say that Tanaka-san no hon wa dore desu ka, or Suzuki-san no hon wa dore desu ka, or he can even use the first name like Momoko-san. So Momoko-san no hon wa dore desu ka? Which book belongs to Momoko-san? Or Momoko-san, which is your book? Something like that. And she will say, Watashi no hon wa are desu. That over there is my book. My book is that one over there because are means it's at a faraway place. So in this way you can practice. Now the second question of the exercises. Let's find out about your partner. Interview your partner using his her name in the blank. Dash san wa nannensei desu ka? Now what does that mean? Nannensei means which year. Your someone, for example, Suzuki-san wa nannensei desu ka? That means Suzuki-san, you are in which year? Next one is we are using Sujoy. So this is my name. So that's why it's written in katakana. Sujoy-san no gosenmon wa nan desu ka? So Sujoy-san, what is your specialization or what is your major? And the third one is you can see Brian. So this is Buray, Burayan. Burayan means it is Brian basically. So Brian-san no sensei wa donata desu ka? That means who is the teacher of Mr. Brown, or Mr. Brown, who is your teacher? So donata is in a respectful manner. The corresponding impolite or informal version is dare. Donata and dare. Dare desu ka? Donata desu ka? So Brown-san, since it is this sentence talks about a teacher, so you have to be extra polite and give respect. So that's why donata has to be used and not dare. If this would have been a tomodachi or something, someone junior, then you could have used dare as well. So this is how you can practice questions and you can send answers, right answers also. So Suzuki-san wa nannensei desu ka? You can say sannensei desu or ninensei desu or ichinensei desu, so something like that. Gosenmon wa nan desu ka? Specialization, you can say computer science desu or keizai gaku desu or bungaku desu, eiga desu, so on. Similarly, Brian-san no sensei wa donata desu ka? You can say that Tanaka-san desu, Tanaka sensei desu, or Honda sensei desu. Let's move on to number 3. Practice the following conversations with your partner. Use kono, sono, ano, and dono. So as we had learned, I'm just giving you a quick recap. Kono, sono, ano, and kore, sore, are. What is the difference in that? Both means the same thing because kore also means this, sore means that, are means that over there, and kono means this one particular thing. That means it's used as an adjective. Kono, sono, ano also means this and that, but it identifies or it points to a specific object. That means this one, this particular thing is something. So in that situation you use kono. So when we talk about when we go through these examples, it will be more clear. So as you can see here, there is Ryo. Okay, so this is the Ryo or dormitory, and this is a Toshokan. Toshokan, which is a library. So dormitory and library. So the discussion will be around these two things. So A and B, this is A, this is B. So A is asking dash biru wa toshokan desu ka? So now, since the building has been specified here, so earlier it was Koreva. That means there was no specific mention of anything. It was just this one. But here, something dash building biru. Biru means building. Biru wa toshokan desu ka? That means that building, is that building a library? So now she is referring to a specific building. So that's why this will be kono. So it will be, although since this building is at a little distance from her, so what she will ask, okay, so here we have used, so we are assuming that this person, these two persons are standing very close to this building, so we have used kono. But again, as I said, we can use any of these three depending on how far or how close we are to that. So let's take it as kono. Kono biru wa toshokan desu ka? This person is asking to this person, and the person says ie. Kono biru wa toshokan ja arimasen. So now see here in the answer they have mentioned within bracket kono biru. And since the boy and the girl are standing at the same place, so we can deduce from here that the question will also be kono, because both have the same distance from that object or the building. So kono biru wa toshokan desu ka? Ie kono biru wa toshokan ja arimasen. Kono biru wa ryo desu. That means it's a dormitory. So friends, is that clear? The difference between kore sore are and kono sono ano? If not, then I would recommend you that you go back to the previous videos of this series and understand the difference. So again, kore sore are is for noun and kono sono ano is for adjective, both giving similar meaning. Now let's move on to the next question. So now after this answer, A says Toshokan wa dash biru desu ka? And B says Toshokan wa dash biru desu. So now she is asking which one, right? So she is now, since this came out to be a dormitory, now she will ask to for this one. So now she is asking Toshokan wa dono biru desu ka? Dono means which one? Then which one is the library? Okay, and he says ano desu. Toshokan wa ano biru desu. Now he is pointing to this one which is at a distance from both of them, so it will be ano. Dono means which one, kono means this one, sono means that one, and ano means that one over there. So this is how you have to use kore sore are dore and kono sono ano dono. Now next question is, look at the photograph and practice with your partner. So there is a photograph here and the question asked is kono kata wa donata desu ka? Kono kata means that person. Kata and hito. Kata is a respectful word for a person. Hito is a generic word for a person. So kono kata means the person is respectable. So kata is used instead of hito. Kono kata means that person or this person. Kono is this. This person is who. Donata is who. So kata will go with donata because both are respectful. Donata means who in respectful manner and kata is also person in respectful manner. Kono kata wa donata desu ka? That means who is this person? And the answer will be sono kata wa Tanaka-san desu. So it can be kono, it can be sono. It depends on how, again, the distance between the speaker and the listener or the responder. So very simple and very easy. Kono kata wa donata desu ka? Kono kata wa Tanaka-san desu. Bring your own picture and practice more. So let's do some practice. Kono kata wa donata desu ka? Sono kata wa, what is written here? Can you read? Debiddo-san no sensei desu. Debiddo means David. This is David. Debiddo. It's how we write in katakana. Debiddo. Debido san no sensei desu. Sono kata wa Debido san no sensei desu. Since it is sensei, so kata. Now next one is hito wa dare desu ka? So now donata becomes dare and kata becomes hito. That means this is an informal one. So we have to answer accordingly. So ano hito wa dare desu ka? Ano hito wa watashi no tomodachi desu. Since it is my friend, so it's obvious that not such level of respect is needed here. So ano hito wa watashi no tomodachi. That means my friend. Next question. Following the example below, practice with your own book, textbook, pencils, etc. これはどなた or 誰の本ですか？それは私のです。That means that one is whose book? Donata no or dare no. So donata is who, dare is who. Donata no and dare no means whose. Okay, because the no particle it attaches the possession part, so it will be whose. これはどなた誰です。これはどなたの本ですか？それは私のです。That's mine. Okay, so now let's do some more practice as the question demands. So これはどなた or 誰の本ですか？それはどなた or 誰の鉛筆ですか？ Another question. あれはどなたの自転車ですか? Now jitensha, what is jitensha? Jitensha is bicycle. That means that one is whose bicycle. So これはどなたの本ですか? This book belongs to whom or this is whose book? それはどなたの鉛筆ですか? That one is whose pencil? あれはどなたの自転車ですか? That over there, that bicycle belongs to whom? These are the three questions. The answer can be watashi no desu, or if you want to write the full sentence, it will be それは私の本です。Sujoi san no desu. これは Sujoi san no 鉛筆です。This is Oto-san no desu. That means father. Or you can write the full sentence as あれは Oto-san no 鉛筆です or Oto-san no 自転車です。Okay? In this way, you can practice yourself more such examples. Reading practice. So now this is directly related to your JLPT N5 question. This is although a very basic and simple reading practice. In the actual test of JLPT you will not get that much simple, but since this is the elementary Japanese and we are at the just the second lesson, and this is probably the first reading exercise you will be doing, so this is fine. So we have to start from the very basics. So gradually when we move along the lessons, this kind of reading practice exercises will be little more difficult, and uh, by the time you finish this book, this entire series, you will be master in JLPT N5 or even N4. So now let's read what's written here. Konnichiwa. Hajime mashite. Watashi wa Brown desu. Kyoto Daigaku no gakusei desu. 3年生です。専門はコンピュータサイエンスです。あの男の人は鈴木さんです。鈴木さんの専門は英語です。鈴木さんは大学生じゃありません。大学生じゃありません。大学院生です。So let's read one more time. こんにちは。はじめまして。私はブラウンです。京都大学の学生です。3年生です。専門はコンピュータサイエンスです。あの男の人は鈴木さんです。鈴木さんの専門は英語です。鈴木さんは大学生じゃありません。大学院生です。So I hope you have understood, because this conversation has everything that was taught in this lesson too. So now the question is, you have to either mark these statements as true or false. So this is a very important question type that you find in JLPT N5. So it's very, very important that you understand these type of questions and are able to answer this. So in Japanese system, if it is true, then we mark it as a round, which is called maru. Maru means circle or round or sphere. And if it is incorrect, you can just cross it like that. Okay. So this is uh, Batsu. So which one is this? So the first question is Suzuki-san wa daigakusei desu. Suzuki-san wa daigakusei desu. But here we know that Suzuki-san wa daigakusei ja arimasen. That means this sentence is false. Next is Brown-san wa ichi-nensei desu. Brown-san wa ichi-nensei desu. Now here it is written that Sannensei desu. Sannensei desu. That means this is also false. So third year student, Sannensei. But here it is written first year student. So false. Next one is Brown-san wa New York no Daigaku no Gakusei desu. New York no Daigaku. But here it is written Kyoto Daigaku. That means he is a student of the Kyoto University. But here the question they are mentioning about New York University. So this is also false. The last one, Suzuki-san no senmon wa Nihongo ja arimasen. Suzuki-san no senmon wa Nihongo ja arimasen. So here, from here we know that senmon wa eigo desu. Eigo means English, specialized in English. So here it is mentioned that Suzuki-san's specialization is not Japanese, Nihongo. That means this sentence is correct. So we put a maru here, which is a circle. Very, very interesting. And remember, this type of questions you will get in the JLPT N5 as well. So that was the exercises part. I hope you got interest in that and it was exciting and interesting. Now, finally, we come to the vocabulary recap of lesson 2. Let's see what all words they have provided. First one is the suffix tachi. Tachi is used for plural indication. For example, watashi tachi means we, watashi means I, and watashi tachi means we. Similarly, tomodachi, tomodachi is friend, and if we add tomodachi tachi, then that means friends. And likewise, asoko, place over there. So just like koko soko, it's asoko. Just like kono sono, ano. So when we use a before such kind of words, it means the object is at a distance. So when it comes to asoko, then it's related to a place. So place over there. So koko, soko, and asoko. So this is asoko. Then anata means you already know. Apato, apartment. Are, that one, those ones. Ichinensei, first year student. Eigo, English. Empits, pencil. Otoko, male or a man. Man is otoko no hito. Otoko is male. Otoko no hito is man. Onna is female. Onna no hito is women. Kata, person, respectful. Katakana. Kurasu, class. Kuruma, car. Keizai gaku, economics. Koko, here. Kore, this one. Computer, computer. Science, science. Zashi, magazine. Sannensei, third year student. Jisho, dictionary. Shashin, photograph. Shinbun, newspaper. Soko, there. Sore, that one. Daigaku, college or university. Daigaku insei, graduate student. Daigakusei, undergraduate student. Dare, who. This is texto, textbook. Doko, where. Toshokan, library. Donata, who, respectful. Dore, which one. Nan, what. Nannensei, which year student. Ninensei, second year student. Hito, person. Biru, building. Pen, boru pen. ballpen, hon, book, yonensei, fourth year student, ryo, dormitory, and watashi tachi means we. And some proper nouns, Ishikawa, Wong, Amy, Examina, Kyoto, San Francisco, Jimmy, Son, Times, Nihon, New York, Park Ray, Brown, Mira. So in this way, the words in Japanese, the English words becomes little bit twisted in Japanese katakana. So friends, now we are completely done with lesson 2 of Professor Yoko Hasegawa's book Elementary Japanese Volume 1, and from the next video onwards we shall start lesson 3 of this book. So don't miss that, and I hope the 8 lectures that we have done so far, this is the 8th lecture, so you have watched the videos of all of them, and when we start lesson 3 you will be done with all the recap and revision of all these 8 videos. So that's all for now. If you have any questions related to this video, you can either post as a comment in the video itself, or you can write to me privately at saraljapani@gmail.com and I will respond you back. So that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching this video, and do keep watching the other videos posted on this channel. Arigato gozaimasu. Mata imashou.